Hi, this is Eric with Fluid Dynamics, and I just wanted to take a few minutes and answer a question we often get, and that's what happens inside your water heater tank when you have hard water. It's really easy to see what happens to faucets and fixtures and surfaces because of hard water because scale builds up. But I just took a quick snapshot. What you see on here is just a Google return search of water heater tanks and different types and pictures of water heaters that are tank style. So let's answer the question, what happens inside there when you have hard water? So in a tank type water heater, scale is going to build up on any heating surface. That's because when heat transfer occurs, it's one of the primary things that causes calcium to precipitate or fall out of suspension as calcite. So we see this here on all the heat exchange processes and on these tubes right here. And I wanted to just give a little bit of credit. I found this picture right here on a plumber's website. His name is Terry Love in Washington. And what he's done is take a picture of a tank style heater that he obviously removed and cut open to show what's happening inside there. This is all calcium buildout caused by hard water, and that's just, it's falling out of suspension, the calcium is, and building up inside the water heater. What this is a ticking time bomb, okay? And we're going to talk about why here in just a moment. So at some point or another, there's going to be a problem, and let's see why. So there's no protection from limescale buildup offered inside a typical tank type heater. And here's what happens. Here's a nice little visual of what happens. As the heat comes up from beneath and heats the water, you got the cold in, the hot water coming out and up to the left. But now watch what happens. Calcium starts to fall out and build up as calcium limescale, like you saw in that cutaway. And look at what happens. You just get a big pile and buildup on the bottom of the heater. Well, eventually something's going to happen. See, this scale that builds up insulates the water from the heat source. So it doesn't conduct the heat, it acts as an insulator, making everything more efficient. And then eventually this happens, and then this happens. You start to get potentially a slow leak. You hope you get a leak before a critical failure so that you actually can see and remediate the problem without having a big mess. So what does all this mean? The point is, it's like heating water through a brick. So once that calcium builds up, your water heater has to go through so much more work in order to heat up all that calcium, the brick, if you will, before it can heat the water that's left in the tank. So you lose all that efficiency, plus you actually lose the volume of hot water you can have. If you remember how much calcium was in that cutaway view, you're going to lose actual volume. So why should you care? Well, it's about the money and the energy. I mean, you're going to lose the energy efficiency. This quote here has just as little as 15 as 1/16 of an inch of scale. You can actually lose a whole ton of efficiency. So let's read this out. The U.S. Department of Interior has established that a ½ inch of hard water scale buildup on the heat transfer areas costs 70% more in fuel costs. So in extreme cases, the loss of efficiency can be as much as 15% per every 1/16 inch of scale. The pictures you've seen there obviously are bigger than a 16th of an inch of scale. Imagine a heater running at 70% less efficiency than it could be, or costing 70% more in fuel costs. So that's why at the bottom of the end of the day, or the bottom line is, it's all about the bottom line. So you should care about the energy loss. So what can you do? Well, we like to suggest that you use one of our units, which is a catalytic scale prevention device. In this case, this is a commercial unit in a Scaltron that's in front of a commercial tank type water heater. Of course, we have these in all sizes, and we also have them for residential use. So you can apply this technology for home or commercial or industrial use. Any place there's a tank type heater and a transfer of heat situation, you could use it at point of use or point of entry. So this is Eric of Fluid Dynamics, and this is exactly what's happening inside your water heater when you have hard water. And at the end here, a little bit more about what you can do about it. Visit our website at scalepreventionusa.com for more information, and I hope you found this helpful.